If Gravity Fed's had any weaknesses, it is definitely going to be in how it sears, and that goes to the Masterbuilt, the char griller, and definitely this Oklahoma Joe. Now that is not to say that I have not gotten a good sear. I have, just not the sear that I want. I want that flame-kissed char sear, and to get it, I have used that hopper mod, which is a seems to be a Lightning rod, so we're not going to get too much into that. But what I will get into is the Masterbuilt has a new design. It is a twin manifold design with the openings for the flames coming in. Now, will that provide a better sear? That isn't here what we are going to find out today. And I've got a ribeye steak and a picanha. Picanha, I will reverse sear. The ribeye, I will just grill like a high heat grill. So I am definitely looking forward to this show here. Let's turn our attention down to this board and let's start the show. Alrighty guys, so I picked up these steaks here at my local market. I mean, there is nothing special about them. If you cannot get these picanhas, I have to tell you, 20 off 100 for Wild Fork. I know I say it on every video, and trust me, I don't get any kickbacks from Wild Fork as far as if you use this coupon or not. I am just telling you why I have them available. Load up on those briskets, those dino ribs, pork ribs, picanhas. Just use it and load up on it. First thing I'm going to do here is I will get both of these, the ribeye, the picanha, out of the wrappings. We definitely want to dry those off. I am just going to take down a little bit of that fat cap on that picanha, and that ribeye I will just leave as is. And again, I say this on every show. Down in the description, I have a recipe where you can start mixing your own kosher salt, granulated garlic, and black pepper. I have this all mixed up. I leave it in the cabinet. That way it is always available for me. And as you can see, I will get a good dose of this salt and pepper on it. I will hit them on both sides. You're gonna wanna do this about an hour before the steaks hit the pit. That way you got the rub will do its thing. So we will get these all salt and peppered up. We will leave them on the board, and we will get on over to the Masterbuilt and fire it up. So guys, firing up that Masterbuilt could never be more simple. It is gonna fire up the same way as every Gravity Fed is, only you will get some reminders in the screen itself. I am going to go with a B&B charcoal on this cook. I've got my fire starters in. I will get those fired up. Now basically what you want to do here is after you light those up, you want to wait till you got that smoke willowing up from the hopper. After about 2 to 3 minutes or so, you can fire up your control panel. Now look, I am going to monitor this cook from the app, and I am also going to show you guys some graphs of this cook, so you are going to want to stay tuned to that. I am going to set that dial to about 2 1/4 or so. We are going to reverse sear that picanha first. Once this pit hits that proper temperature, I will bring you guys back. Guys, I gotta tell you, I love what Masterbuilt has done with this XT 225, no problem there. We've got the picanha in, and again, I am gonna monitor this cook with the app, and also that means I'm gonna use the temp gauges that came with the Masterbuilt. Again, 225, we will shut it down. We will bring it up to maybe about 110 or so. At that time, I will bring you guys back. Yeah. So that didn't take long. We are looking at about 45 minutes or so. We are 107 internal on the picanha. And look, if I didn't mention it to you, I did drop a little bit of cherry down mixed in with the ash. That is working flawlessly. And guys, can we just sit here and admire the color on this picanha? I've got no touch-ups on this color. This is the way it looks, man. I am telling you, it is absolutely gorgeous, man. And I will get it off. I will get it on the board, and we will turn our attention to that control panel as we are gonna fire up the Masterbuilt to 700 Fahrenheit. A little over 700 Fahrenheit on that control panel. First up is gonna be that ribeye steak, and when you get the steak in, bottom grate of course, and you wanna push down, you wanna make sure you got good contact with that grate, shut it down. We are gonna let it go 3 minutes without checking. At that time, I will bring you guys back. Count up timer engaged. We are 3 minutes in. We will go in, we will do a quick quarter turn on the steak, shut it down, and we will let it run for another 2 minutes. So that is 5 minutes total. At that time, I will flip it over, and as you can see, we've got some pretty decent color. We've got some nice grill marks, maybe a little bit of char happening. I am definitely happy with that. We will flip it to the other side as mentioned, and also we will get our picanha in, as we are probably only looking at about another 5 minutes or so. Shut it down, and I will bring you guys back. Total cook time on this ribeye is going to come in right at that 10-minute mark as I play with the ribeye to try to get some flame to come up. It is just not happening. That said, I am definitely digging the color of the ribeye. We will talk about it towards the at the end of the show, but the color is there. There is some char, which tells me that the pit is definitely getting hot enough. How is that twin designed of that manifold affecting the, how is that going to affect the grease fire? That is what I want to know, because the other Masterbuilts, you would get a grease fire as I am slapping this meat down. That is just not happening with this with this design here. So that definitely is pretty cool. So basically, again, we've got some char on the ribeye. We will get that off. We will move it onto the board. I will shut it down and just wait about another minute or two before we get that picanha off. And again, I am digging the color of this picanha, man. Picanha is one of my favorite cuts of beef, that is for sure. So look, picanha will now come off. We will shut the Masterbuilt down. I will pop up some graphs here so you could check out those graphs. As you can see, we hung pretty steady till I fired up the pit to 700. We will let this stuff here rest on the board. After that, I will bring you guys back. We will slice it open, do that taste test, and talk about it. Alrighty guys, and that is your video on how the Masterbuilt XT sears, and I have to tell you, I'm a little taken back. I could not get flame to come up and kiss the protein. Is that a design flaw, or is that just nailing the design 100% perfectly? I mean, I am guessing that they nailed it, because the more flame you got coming up, it is going to translate into grease fires. The fact that I couldn't really get flame coming up is going to, I guess that has to bode well for the design. Just another aspect how the Masterbuilt has nailed this XT, and we've got plenty of char from the heat. She got up to about 715, so that was certainly a good sign. I do not think it got there as quick as the 1050 would get there, but she did get there nonetheless, so I was pleased about that. That count up timer is definitely a plus for me, as it is easily to function, it is easily to work. So again, another plus for the XT. And here we go here. Again, we got plenty of char on this steak, and I gotta say, I love the color of this picanha. She is plenty juicy. Hopefully we nailed that rare. Let's go in, let's get a cut. Let's see how we did. And that is, that's pretty perfect for me. That is a nice medium rare over here. So that's a complete grilled steak without no reverse sear, just a flat out grilled steak. Took about 10 minutes to get there. Maybe you want to pull it off at 9 or 8 if you'd like a little bit more of a rare, but let's go in for that taste test. I gotta tell you, man, there is something about the Masterbuilt, and that it's got that char flavor, which is, you know, I was a little concerned about that. You can see we've got a little bit of burning there, or charring there, I should say. A little bit on the back. And juicy as juicy could be, all on the board, man. Now let's go in on that picanha. And I am pretty sure I nailed a nice rare on this. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh, come on, guys. I mean, that is what it is all about. Guys, on this picanha, if you cannot get it in your neck of the woods, I've got that 20 off 100 for a wild fork. I'll leave information down under the show notes. Grab some picanha. If you cannot get it at your local, I'm telling you, man, this is about the best you can get right here. And this is perfectly cooked at that medium rare. Wow, man. So I can tell you that picanha destroys the ribeye, man. There is a lot of beef flavor in this picanha. You know, what could I say, man? This is, I'm thrilled to death with this Masterbuilt, man. They really, really did a good job. It took them, I guess, 3-4 years to get there, but the outcome is better than I expected 100%, man. I don't see a weakness in this pit. I really don't, man. Now that it handled this sear, it got up to that 715. You know, it goes down to a low of, I think, 150 or 160. You know, it gets there quick. It snuffs out the fire like no other. Better than the 1050, 800, 560, and all that jazz. So look, that is going to do it with this show. Let me know down in the comments section if there is anything you want to see with this Masterbuilt. Ask a question. If you want a question answered in the review video, ask it down in the description. I'll jot it down and I will answer your question. Other than that, man, that is going to close out this show. I appreciate you all for watching. And until next time, we will see you soon.